back to the Weekly Hijack. Hijack.
Oh, you beat me! No! So this is our Lost edition. We are watching Outlaws, or just watched Outlaws, I guess.
Yep, Sawyer episode.
Really good episode.
Really good episode. Some great scenes, present tense and past tense. I mean, flashback and non-flashback.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
I don't know. I guess we'll just, one of those iconic scenes from season 1, which is the I Never campfire.
Yeah, great Kate and Sawyer. You can see why Kate and Sawyer had kind of a following. There was between the shipper wars between Jack and Kate and Sawyer and Kate. I mean, they do have a certain kind of chemistry because they understand each other.
Well, and what's great about that scene is not only that it's pretty long and just real simple, and the way they build the questions. Yeah,
like it starts off kind of funny and then it gets deeper as it goes.
And lots of throwaway things like, Kate's been married, which we don't learn anything about until season 3, and then...
I wouldn't have been able to tell you what season that was in.
Well, I remember. It was one of the Cage episodes.
Yeah. Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, no, that's a good scene.
And Locke telling a story about the... And there was a lot of little stories shared in this one. Locke shared a story about the dog, and then Saeed shared with Charlie about the police officer.
That's true, yeah. There were a lot of stories. I wonder if that's just interesting choice.
It could have been that particular writer's
his style, yeah.
It was Drew Goddard, which I believe had wrote some of Cloverfield.
Okay. And really, every scene of Sawyer in Australia was really powerful.
I know we were all watching at the very beginning. They showed the scene of his parents. And I mean that's a way to start an episode.
Yeah, something you've seen before.
Hardcore. Right? Really strong flashback.
Yeah, random appearance from a character who's now a main character on Scorpion, and I was like, oh wow, he looks 10 years younger.
But what's great about the Sawyer flashback too is that they'll have deep emotion, and he always kills him, and then he kills him and it's wrong, and they play, and they all play very well with the present tense of dealing with killing people. Charlie's just dealing with killing someone.
Yeah. Interesting that first scene where he's wrestling with shooting the guy. I mean, not knowing. I mean, he's a con man, but we don't know. Maybe he would have killed someone beforehand. But I mean, the other guy didn't think he would. And it's interesting too that the guy who's not really Sawyer. You almost wonder if he got a sense of, this doesn't seem like the kind of man that I vilified my whole life.
Yeah.
And then later on when you meet the actual Sawyer and he really is the man. That
was for a horrendous person, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know, that's just interesting to me.
It was the whole chasing the boar thing is hilarious and works amazingly well as a...
metaphor.
And a metaphor for him.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of those episodes of the season where it really played with the island as being a way to work out your demons.
I mean, and it's a bit of an ambiguous metaphor. I mean, you're not sure. This is like Locke's story. What did that dog really mean? I mean,
it might be completely just normal. It might be island magic. It might be, somewhere in between.
That's true.
I just always amazed watching. I mean, of course, we're Lost fans and watch this, but they're just really well written, most of them. I mean, like all the scenes are very important or fun. Everything. I mean, and there's just a lot of jigsaw puzzles moving simultaneously. And we had our first big crossover. You got Jack's dad.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is a pretty important one.
Yeah, I think that's the first time that really happened in a flashback. I mean, we see it a lot after this.
Yeah, well, there was one, we saw Sawyer get arrested later.
Oh, we did see that.
In Boone's thing. True. So there's that. But, I mean, this was the first one, full scene. That was more like an Easter egg than anything.
Yeah.
But... great testament to Josh Holloway's acting skills in this one.
Yes.
Because, I mean, he does he pulls out the humor of Sawyer's character so well, and he pulls out the anger and the pathos.
And he's very good at playing those all on top of each other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'd love to see him do more stuff. Because I think he really is one of the best actors on Lost.
And also, I noticed as I'm watching it, and compared to other shows, they do a lot of close-ups on faces, it seems like. And it works really well because... there's so much emotion in everything's ramped up so tight all the time on Lost.
Yeah,
and all the actors who does a great job of communicating a lot of stuff with a few.
And they save the extreme close-ups for when it's really important.
Yeah,
the I never stuff, the full headshot extreme close-ups only come toward the very end when they're really getting into their psyches. And then they pull out at the very end for that one shot of the campfire, and it's very still and
Yeah.
No, I love that scene. But we've gushed a lot about this one.
There's whispers in here, which I think in this case would fully fall in the case of dead people.
Yes, I think
I think occasionally the whispers are others running around in the tunnels.
I think any weird law stuff going on in this is part of like island magic personality
because the island. While the island survivors are not in purgatory, in many ways the island is purgatory for dead people.
Right.
We can't move on.
A metaphorical purgatory. But yeah, nice to see. We saw a bit of Michael building his raft.
Yeah, which is nice.
We hadn't seen that. I think it's been about 2 episodes now, yeah.
And I like that Charlie gets to do, that they deal with the after effects of things.
Yes.
The strongest part of season 1 many times is that we have these time for episodes that are very, very, this is a very character focused episode. By the time you get to season 4 and 5, you have less time for sitting around campfires doing interesting things like that. Now, there's different strengths, but...
Right. Well, it's a different type of show at that point because it is shorter seasons for one thing.
Yeah, it compresses. Everything has to be moving the plot forward. And, this doesn't necessarily move plot forward, but it's vital in many ways to understanding Sawyer and how he relates to Jack and how he relates to Cade. And
it's a really interesting balancing act, the whole focusing on the character stuff and, exploring that, and then also, like you said, moving plot forward along. Because, I remember there'd be some times with some of these episodes while the show was going on, they'd be like, come on, let's get to this is all interesting stuff, let's get to the action. And some of these character moments almost work better afterwards, you kind of come back and reflect again on, who everyone is. And you don't have you don't have quite the immediacy of needing to get mystery solved.
And it works really well in the first season or two because you're still learning the characters. It's not you're trying to rehash flashbacks from, for the 8th time. Mm. Which is why they stopped doing as many of that.
Right. They realized, they probably could only keep this sort of thing going for a certain period of time.
But anyways, I thought that was a really strong episode.
Yep.
That seems to be what I'm saying tonight.
Well, it was. So, all right. Again, a little shorter one, but nothing wrong with that. Next time.
See, if we can't argue, then it's not as long.
And hey, that's okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't always have to be an argument. But that's the end of disc 4 of season 1.
Yeah, so we're going through the DVDs.
2 more discs.
Pretty soon, Claire's going to have her baby.
That'll be coming up. Pretty soon, they'll find the airplane. Do they find the airplane in the same episode that Boone dies, or do they spend a while trying to get?
I think Boone dies technically in the same episode Claire had her baby.
Well, but I think that's 2 different. Like, I think they bring him back after he's been injured, if I remember right.
Yeah, I don't know if they find the plane, it falls on at the same time or not. I can't remember. Or falls with him. Doesn't he fall with it?
Yes, he falls with the plane, yeah.
I don't remember.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, that is it for Lost Edition Weekly Hijack. Thanks for listening. You can find all of our episodes at Derailed Trains of Thought.blogspot.com. Until next time, this is Tim.
This is Nick.
Adios.
Aloha.